Last time, we consigned a whole group of people to a terrible, powerless death, but, you know, that's capitalism. It's even what happens with capitalism.
In space!
Which is true. It's where we are. We're here in space. Let's just go. Maybe we just go. Why don't we just go? Hopefully we can just condemn one person to a horrible, powerless death. Ghosty, you have a point, because after all, yes, we did kinda, sorta, come here and take the power regulator from these nice folks, and that's, you know, that's bad. Parvati might, well, she kind of wanted us to do that, but it's not a good thing we had to do. And Adelaide was not terribly happy with our decision to do that, but honestly, look, I don't know if the game didn't do a good job foreshadowing this, or if, like, I just didn't see the hints, but there is a third option here, and that's the one we're going for, where you take power from the Botanical Lab, but also get rid of Reed, and try to get the Botanical Lab people back to Edgewater, but, maybe we're going to install Adelaide as the ruler of Edgewater, and that's going to be good for the town. That sounds like it would be good for the town, but the game didn't do a great job telling me that was possible, so I don't know. Maybe I missed it. Maybe the game didn't do a great job of it. Point is, do we have to do anything with you? Can I just yoink this? Yeah, I'll just have that. Thank you. And now, I mean, theoretically, we could just go. We could just be done. I don't think we're going to do that. I think we're going to not be done. But theoretically, we could just be done. So yes, Adelaide wants us to tell Thomas and Grace and everybody here that there's no more power. As you can see, aside from the occasional lights, there's basically no more power. They're going to need to go back to Edgewater, but it's all going to be fine because I'm Jack Necktie. I'm gonna make Mr. Tobson an offer that he would find it difficult to refuse, if you know what I'm talking about. Grace, please don't shoot me with your giant gun there. Why don't we
One of us want to go see what happened?
Go see what happened, huh? Well,
Food's bound to spoil at this rate.
Speaking as the person who is what in fact happened.
Adelaide's okay.
Hi, Tom. Yeah, she's mad.
Everybody keeps staring at me. It's not my fault the power's dead.
That's true. It's not. It's less, oh, the game didn't present it, and more that the game doesn't bitch out on making you choose between them. Okay. Like, yeah, at a certain point, if the game was like, oh, by the way, there's a third option, this choice doesn't actually matter, then that would have been bad. That would have been, say, the synthesis ending. Or, much lower stakes. But, yeah, I can see that point. But anyway, Thomas, yeah, you should probably go back to the town on account of your needing, power and such to live.
I've been thinking about going back. I'm not much use to anybody here. I get sick thinking about working at the cannery. I can't do that again.
Only if you choose the non-bootlicker ending do you have the possibility of usurping Reed. I see. Okay. But yeah, hey buddy, maybe you don't have to work at the cannery. Do something else.
You know something? I think you're right. The town could use another engineer, and I'm on my way to becoming one.
Yeah!
I could do a lot of good in Edgewater. Maybe even keep a garage of my own with a little workbench and my very own toolbox.
Exactly.
It's just, Adelaide's never gonna forgive me. Not in 100 years. I go crawling back to my old life in Edgewater, and I'm as good as dead to her.
Give it a minute, Tom. Give it a minute. Give it just a second. Why don't you stay here for a minute, and we're gonna fix everything for everyone, with the possible exception of Mr. Tobson. But to be quite honest, he's a fucking shithead. So fuck him.
You know where to find me.
Just don't mind me stepping over the fire here. Hi.
I don't know what you did to talk some sense into Zoe, but I appreciate it.
Not the pressing concern, but okay. Listen, why don't you go back to town here?
The matter's been weighing on me. Zoe came back, but I couldn't keep her from slipping out in the first place. Who's to say I could keep marauders from slipping in? I don't see us lasting more than a couple of weeks out here. I'm loath to admit it. We're gonna have to make our peace with Tobson and hope he takes us back.
Or...
Listen, we go back to Reed, hat in hand, begging for our old jobs back. Well, Adelaide's not gonna forgive us. She never talked to us again.
On the other hand, don't do anything hasty. Or even better, Thomas told me the same thing. No, I don't want these two to turn against Adelaide. I want them to be still allied with Adelaide, but Adelaide to be in charge of Edgewater, so you don't do anything hasty.
Sure, suit yourself. I'll be here.
All right, and now we can go back to Edgewater. Hi, Zoe. Hey, what's up with you?
Home is where the heart is. Marauders took that saying a little too literally.
It's unfortunate.
Here they
Oh.
come!
Oh, hi! I didn't realize you guys existed. Yeah, this is actually problematic. Yeah, I didn't realize you were here. How long have you guys been here? Have you guys always been here?
That's the last of them.
Good work, I guess. Let's go have us a chat with Mr. Reed. Maybe, if we're lucky, we won't have to kill anyone. Maybe. But just in case we have to kill people, let's, remember the possibility that we might have to kill people. Not the best choice. He's fine. It's gonna go fine. Jack Necktie, he's good at talking to people. She? We're gonna be okay. Dead haven't been shed. Hello, Mr. Tobson. Sure. I will not be relinquishing my weapon. Don't read too much into that. Read, because your name, she.
This is a fine day, friend. Power flows through our town like a cool stream of water. I trust Adelaide's people have seen their way to reason. So, when can I expect them back at their posts?
Oh, it'll be soon. It'll be real soon. But, they'll be, we're considering a change in management. Why don't we beat around the bush a little bit here? See if there's anything we can do to speak in metaphors before saying that, downright confronting the fella.
Go ahead.
If you take it, you seem pretty fixed. We need to have a word about this plague. Yeah, tell me about this plague situation.
Can we not? Talking about unpleasant things always gets my bile up.
So does eating salt tuna.
That I cannot say. There was no moment when the plagues began. Disease always lurks on the fringes of society, waiting to infect the idle and the lethargic. But in the last 10 years, the plagues have become progressively worse and increasingly frequent.
Hey, because I have enough medicine, you should have developed an immunity after repeated exposure. If it was a single strain.
Corporate doesn't like us using the word should. It encourages the imagination. I believe plague is a test. It is a test of our loyalty and our fortitude. And it is one we will see through to the end.
The end, huh? The end, huh?
If I had enough medicine to treat everyone who fell sick, I would, but I don't. I can't save everyone. So I have to choose.
But, does that include Adelaide's son?
Adelaide's son was barely competent. I treat him with our medical rations, and it looks like I'm playing favorites. Now, I will not pretend to understand the suffering Adelaide must have felt on account of losing her child, but she is not the only one to have felt such suffering. I wish she had stayed with us. Adelaide left us when we needed her most.
Well, hey, what if I told you there was a way to get her to come back?
Go ahead.
No, looks like we have to back out of the conversation and then back in, so, okay.
I appreciate what you've done for us.
Just wait. Adelaide says you need to fuck off, buddy.
Then we are at an impasse. Stewardship over this town has been entrusted to me by Spacer's Choice.
And yet...
I am not perfect. I have made my share of mistakes. But I have done my best for this town.
And yet... you have done your best. Your best sucks.
I am a Spacer's Choice man. My father was a Spacer's Choice man. Edgewater may not look like much to some buttoned-up freelancer. But it is my home.
Hey now. That man is wearing a necktie without having fastened his top button, and that is something we simply cannot abide. We should kill this man right now on principle, but you know what? That might ruin my beautiful tie with my reindeer. It's not my style. We're gonna try to talk this through, let this man come to the conclusion to which we want him to come on his own way.
I don't believe you. Plague's a reality of life. Best treatment is a good work ethic.
Go see for yourself. Have you people ever eaten an actual vegetable?
The very notion is just grotesque. A raw vegetable? Why don't you just ask me to go chew the bark off of a tree? We are a Spacer's Choice saltuna cannery. We eat saltuna here, and only saltuna.
And therein lies the problem, buddy.
I don't understand. You say Adelaide's growing her own food, but that should not be possible.
Mm-hmm.
The soil's gone sour. Company said as much. Our own botanists couldn't grow decent crops for us, so the company got rid of them and shut down the greenhouse.
Yeah, but she knows how to do it, you fucking idiot.
You will excuse me for being skeptical. How exactly is Adelaide growing crops in barren soil?
She's using science magic. Look, bud, this is such a Jack Necktie response. Oh my god. Look, buddy, she's one of those fancy-dancy, hippy-dippy types. She goes on and on about crops and special ingredients. And look, I don't know shit about shit. All I'm saying is she knows how to put shit in the dirt that makes the dirt better dirt, right? And then the dirt is better dirt. The vegetables come out of the dirt. The people eat the vegetables. And who cares what goes into the dirt? We don't even have to say what goes into the dirt. I sure as fuck don't know what goes into the dirt. The point is, shit comes out of the dirt.
If Adelaide's found a way to feed her people and cure the plague, then she deserves this office more than I do. I won't stand in her way.
That's right.
My life here is ended. Give me a little time to settle my affairs. I'm sure Adelaide will be glad to see the back of me.
She ain't the only one. Where you going?
A couple months ago, I might have put in for a transfer. It's a big colony. Spacer's Choice has other towns. Now, I couldn't show my face in any of them. No such thing as an honorable resignation. Suppose I could find a place outside the walls, or put in for early retirement.
You know, I could help you with that if you want. It's a very optimistic viewpoint you got there, Reed. Listen, bud, I know this is tough.
I have always tried to do right by my town. It has never been easy.
Well, listen. Bye. And we get a level up just for telling Reed that he's got to leave. Reed's the problem. And yes, Bogsy is right. Adelaide's people are eating people in the same way that you are eating cow shit when you eat plants that are fertilized with them. The big check there, the big, oh my god, you need to do this check. It was a 25 lie, right? I just have a 50 lie. So, I think we're okay. I think we're okay on the lying front. We could put some more into tech, the medical, the science, the engineering. We could send Reed to work in the cannery. That's a good point. I think we could use a little bit more in the way of guns. Like, I'm not saying I want Jack Necktie to be, like, this incredible ace sniper type guy, but combat is going to happen. Combat is going to happen. We need to be good with guns. We're certainly not dodging and blocking shit. Fuck that noise. I think we'd be fine if we put probably all 10 of these points into ranged. Maybe 5 and 5 with stealth and guns. Yeah, let's try that. Let's go 5 and 5 with stealth and guns. Get our sneak up, get our hack up. It feels like we just had a 25 check, but maybe we can next level we'll get our hack up to 50. Maybe we'll even go one beyond that, get sneak and lock. We could get sneak and lockpick up to 40 right now, actually. Maybe next level I'll worry about range. Let's get stealth let's get these up to 40, actually. Yeah, hack's going to be up to 50, and we'll put one more into the blanket stealth. And there we go. These are up at 40, hack's at 50. Let's do that. Hey, Adelaide, I got good news. Where'd you go? Oh, hi.
Look at that. The snake's come back.
Hey, fuck you, lady.
I never thought I'd see the day that Reed Tobson abandoned his post. Suppose we all have a breaking point. Suppose it's time our flock made our way back to Edgewater. We must tend to what remains of the town and carry on with our lives as best we may.
Yeah.
You're vexing to me, you know? Injuring us with one hand, helping us with the other. Here, I'm giving you something to leave us be. It's a ransom, you understand, not a reward.
Listen, honestly, I kind of feel like I kind of feel like this is the best possible answer for the most possible people, right? Because if you just fuck these people over, then Adelaide either has to go back to work for Reed or she goes out into the woods to die. And that's not good. And all of her people are super sad. They're totally fucked over. They have to go back and be crushed beneath the grinding boot of capitalism for a town that has since been... It's rewarded itself, right? It's, Edgewater's point of view, the Spacer's Choice point of view, the Saltuna Cannery's point of view has been rewarded by my actions if all I do is take power away from the Botanical Labs. That's not the good thing to do. On the other hand, and this is something I had to be talked into, but it's true, taking power away from Edgewater fucks over the town royally. And, in addition, it gets the Eye of Spacer's Choice looking down, and it's only a matter of time before another administrator comes in, before a bunch of guards come in, before the jackbooted thugs of capitalism come in, and by force put everything back the way Spacer's Choice wants it to be. So, in the short term, the town is fucked over, and in the long term, you've got a tiny little rebel upstart movement up against the grinding boot of capitalism, and, that's going to go a lot more Occupy Wall Street than the Rebel Alliance in Star Wars, right? It's not going to end well. This way is kind of like I said, it's the best possible outcome that also has any chance of being sustainable, because with Adelaide in charge of Edgewater, yes, they're still under Spacer's Choice, and yes, they still have to hit their quotas, and yes, they still have to produce salt tuna, and yes, the company still exists, but the company isn't looking at them, and you actually have a decent, personable manager in place who can, where possible, find ways to make things better, including the, possibly morally dubious, but ultimately just kind of smart idea of using what you have to sustain the population, and also, the people are not dying of plague, as Parlor Ghost says. Start actually integrating some fresh food, make the people healthier, and hey, a healthy populace, a healthy workforce is a productive workforce. So even Spacer's Choice should be happy about this, but of course, corporate doesn't like us using the word should. It encourages the imagination. Or I could shoot literally everyone. Kath does have another option. All right. Yeah, let's tell Adelaide here. Edgewater is better off with you running the place. Because that's basically true. That's what we're going for here.
You telling me you did all this just to put me in charge of Edgewater? Stranger, you are some kind of twisted.
Hey, you know.
I might turn that old cannery into a garden. Got ourselves a whole cemetery bursting with bodies. I need some time to gather my personals. Long walk back to Edgewater. Got a considerable burden to carry.
That's right.
Sorry. I'm just trying to figure out what to do is all.
You should all go back to Edgewater.
Adelaide said that?
Mm-hmm.
Was she sober at the time?
Mm-hmm.
I never imagined she'd step foot in Edgewater long as Reed ran the town.
Well, guess what?
Something must have changed in Edgewater. Adelaide's good as family. If she's going back, so are we.
Yeah. Y'all wanna actually go? Do you wanna, go? Grace, do you wanna, go?
Never liked Reed much. Can't say I'm sorry he's gone.
Good. Alright, fine. I'll leave you to it. I pointedly won't kill all of you. I think we've done just about everything there is to do here. Let me check the map and quest log. Yeah. Everything's completed. Nothing's botched. Stranger in a strange land. Let's get off this rock. Let's go back to the boat. So here's our ship. It's big. Kind of surprised that Parvati isn't, impressed or gonna mention it in any way. As if to say, wow, this is your boat?
Is this your ship?
Okay.
Oh my stars, she is just so handsome. Does she have a name yet?
Yes.
What's her drive model?
I don't know.
Oh, gosh. Listen to me babbling. When I was in Edgewater, I dreamed of flying on a real ship, working on a real engine, belonging to a proper crew. I'm the only decent mechanic Edgewater's got, but every time I think of going back, I get this sinking feeling.
Well, it seems like that place sucks, and you don't want to be there, so maybe don't be there?
Well, it's kind of you to say that. And you're right. I wasn't happy. I want to ask you something, and you can say no. But can I come with you? I could tend to your engine. I know my G-valves for my catalyzers, and I can keep your ship singing.
Ada would like that,
and if you ever need a pair of eyes watching your back, I can do that too. What do you think?
From the look of it, with the goggles, you actually have 2 pair of eyes. So, yeah. No, we can tell her to fuck off. No, we will not be doing that. We will not be choosing this option. Yeah, sure, you can come.
Yes! I mean, thanks. You won't regret this, mister. Captain. I can call you Captain now.
That's right.
I got a captain.
I like how she's all happy about that. Like, I got a captain. I got a captain.
Well, I certainly am looking forward to flying on a ship named the Unreliable. I'll just head upstairs and claim a room.
Listen, I didn't name it, okay? We're fine. Are you going to be all excited now that we're on the ship?
That was a good thing you did, Captain. Helping to bring the deserters and Edgewater folks back together. I hope you rest well on that.
Did she mention something earlier? Yeah, you totally mentioned something earlier. What are we talking about?
In the bar? When I asked if you were a drinker? Sorry. I know, it's none of my business.
I like a drink now and again. You're not a drink itself. Oh, you're right, it isn't.
It's not like I think it a failing, mind. It's just I live right across the road. Most nights I watch folks out my window. When they come in here, they might be happy or sad. Mostly they're tired. When they leave, they're mad at themselves. Or they stumble into the alley and I listen to their hearts breaking.
Well, okay, that's not alcohol's... Okay, that's partially alcohol's fault, but that's mostly capitalism's fault.
Am I? Well, it's just normal to me. Why isn't everybody else, I wonder?
It's not their hearts breaking, it's vomiting. Okay, fine. Listen, You go claim a room or something. I'm going to talk to the computer. By the way, did you know we have a computer? Yeah, we have a computer. It's like a sentient thing. Come see. Come see.
Captain, I have detected that Edgewater's power supply is now optimal. I applaud your willingness to invest your time in the local community.
That's me.
What can I do for you, Captain?
I have a power regulator.
Do you know how to install a power regulator?
I have a minion. Or, no, I have a minion whose very presence is making me smarter.
Outstanding, Captain. Your aptitude for engineering will prove invaluable in the event of another catastrophic engine failure.
That's right.
Our engine room is located behind you. Across the cargo bay, up the ladders.
Okay. P, you better come with, because you're the reason I'm smart right now. And yes, Ada does look rather unsettlingly like a digitized Goog Shepherd. I cannot get away from this look. It is a hallmark of the channel that we just have pink-haired ladies with this attractive short haircut. Off we go. Hey, look, an obvious port in which to install a power regulator. I kind of can't believe that you need Engineering 25 to know how to do this, but okay. I did it.
What can I do for you, Captain?
Advance the plot, please.
All systems are operating within acceptable parameters.
Yeah, that.
I am prepared to bring the Unreliable into low-altitude orbit. This should prove an adequate test of our flight capabilities.
Okay, that engine doing that probably isn't great, but all right, up we go. We're totally space-worthy. Why would you ask? Whee! Hey, off we go. And yes, I do have storage lockers. I can probably stash stuff and only take what I think I'm going to need. That does make sense.
A communication request from Dr. Phineas Wells.
Hey, I know him.
Aha, there you are. Hale and hearty, and captain of your own ship. I see you're putting the Unreliable to good use. Shame about her former captain. Horrible way to die. How are you feeling, by the way? I lost track of you in that cave back there. Experiencing any, unnatural drippage? Perfectly normal side effect of thawing, I assure you.
Listen, Phineas, for the most part, it's been fine. Very little dripping, none of which you need to concern yourself over. There is the slight matter that I can make the world go like this if I want.
Oh, that, yes, that's probably permanent. I wouldn't worry about it, though. I'm sure you're fine.
Mm-hmm.
What you saw in Emerald Vale is happening all across the colony. Food shortages, lack of supplies, and basic necessities. We're dying. The chairman, the minister, and all their lackeys on the board are to blame. The Hope has some of the brightest minds Earth ever sent us. If we can revive the Hope's colonists, they can help us undo the board's mistakes. They can help us set things right. You need to get to Stellar Bay on Monarch. I have contacts there. They'll help help us, find the chemicals to revive your fellow colonists.
Mm-hmm.
Gladys Kelly, lovely woman, runs a cozy little black marketing outfit on the Groundbreaker. She can get you a nav key to land on Stellar Bay.
Okay. Have a word with Gallus. Why do I need a nav key? You're asking me to get involved. Yeah, listen, I am a Captain Alex Jack Neckthorn of the Reindeer Spotted Tie. I am a legitimate businessman, and you, sir, are asking me to involve myself in some kind of black market? I will have you know, I know nothing of no arrangements with any black markets, and in fact, I believe you are wearing a wire. This man's wearing a wire. This man's wearing a wire. I will not speak with this man. I don't know him. Yes. Or I could put a couple light use. Yes, or I could just leave. Why do I need a nav key to land on a planet?
Strictly speaking, Monarch is a moon, terraformed badly, and almost completely lawless. You'll love it. Captains don't fly their own ships, you see. Your navigation terminal handles the, navigation. Think of a nav key as a set of flight instructions. The board's been confiscating nav keys for Stellar Bay, so we must rely on unconventional means of acquisition. Hence, Miss Gladys Kilkelly.
Mm-hmm. So why don't I just, go?
Without a skip drive, good luck. You'll be dead before you make it to the nearest star.
Oh.
Look, I admire your optimism, but the sad truth is you're stuck here. You, me, and the rest of this colony. We're all skating precariously around the edge of oblivion together. None of us are leaving Halcyon alive, so we may as well make it a better place, and we can start by reviving the hope.
Right. All right, fine. Hey, how do we know this lady is legitimate?
Gladys and I have been doing business for years. Her smuggling credentials are unimpeachable.
I see.
If anyone can get you a key to Monarch, it's her.
I don't like the idea of... I'm not sure about working with no criminals here.
In theory, I suppose you could land your ship in Cascadia, and in theory, I suppose you might survive the experience.
Yeah.
Cascadia is utterly seething with dangerous, highly aggressive creatures, more than capable of tearing you limb from limb.
I see.
You'd have to be a lunatic to land in Cascadia, and I'm reasonably certain I tested your brain for incipient signs of insanity. Trust me. Talk to Gladys Kilkelly.
All right, fine.
Excellent. I'll send her a wireless. Let her know you're coming.
I'll send her
By
a
the
wireless,
way,
huh?
I gave Captain Hawthorne a disguise apparatus of my own design, cutting-edge technology years ahead of its time. I call it the holographic shroud. I'm sure it will prove remarkably useful to you. You'll find it in the captain's quarters.
Hey! You want to tell me what that thing does, though?
Marvelous device. I'm quite proud of myself. The shroud changes the user's appearance to mimic that of another.
Ooh.
It has limits. First-generation technology, you see. But promising. Exciting to see it in use at last.
Mm-hmm.
Very simply, the holographic shroud uses biometric information contained on standard identity cartridges to generate a holographic projection around you.
Okay. What kind of limitations does it have?
Only stands up to a casual scrutiny. Use it too long, bound to flicker, blur, something like that. Movement makes it more likely. Best used in moderation. When you see guards in your path you can't sneak past, for example. Maintain your distance. Act normal. No running, no jumping. Don't draw their attention. If they pay attention, they're more likely to notice flaws in the hologram.
This is a very long conversation about why outfits don't affect reputation or give you disguises. Okay, fair. Yeah, can't I just steal a uniform?
A change of clothes. What is this? Some old spy serial? What inattentive and brainless guard would be fooled by such a shabby disguise?
I mean, most of
The
them.
holographic shroud masks not only your clothes, but your face and fingerprints. It modulates your voice and sweetens your breath.
Convenient. Yeah, how does it do that?
Science, that's how. Ha 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 ha! The beauty is they don't expect it. The shroud is the only one of its kind. We humans have a tendency to overlook the unexpected. Activate the disguise, walk past someone. What do they see? A figure dressed like a fellow employee. Don't act odd. They won't focus on you.
All right.
Excellent. I'll contact you once you've found a way to get to Stellar Bay. If you have any questions, come see me in my lab. And remember, don't trust the board. They'll try to win you over with promises of wealth and power, but it's a lie. The board's only interested in filling their own pockets. If we don't put a stop to them, they're going to run this colony to the ground.
Transmission ended. If you are ready to depart, please select a destination on your navigation terminal.
He said something about the captain's quarters. So we should probably, go investigate our captain's quarters. Oh, hey. Adelaide's deserters dreamed of an independent life without board oversight. You taught them an important lesson. Never dream. Hey now. That's not entirely fair. Is it? I don't know. It's not a bad little set of quarters here. Looks like the kind of thing that as we go to different places, we'll get, all sorts of souvenirs.
Would you like a reminder on when your next shower is scheduled?
No. But yeah, it seems like we'll get all sorts of souvenirs and things to hang up from places we go. That seems cool. All right. Hey, look, a holographic shroud. Projects a disguise on you and your companions, gives you access to restricted areas if you have the correct ID cartridge. Okay. But if you get caught, you'll be attacked on sight. That's good to know. Also, hey, we've got a terminal here. What does Alex Hawthorne have? Messages for Alex Hawthorne. Unread messages. Mailing you a copy of my favorite serial, The Space Adventures of Singularity Steel. About a dashing space pirate with a heart of, steel. Okay. Any similarities to a certain someone are entirely intentional. Winky face, winky face. Okay, so does this Udom guy have a crush on Alex Hawthorne? It's unforgivably rude to ignore the ardent, sincere messages of one's friends. P.S. Please respond. Oh, God. Oh, God. While we're here, though, let's check in with Max and Parvati and Sam? Interesting. Cleaning machine. Ask Ada about the... Okay. Why does every game have to have somebody or something named Sam? Ooh. Take a necklace and some energy cells, though. They're mine, after all. It's my ship. Anybody in here? No. Terror on Monarch poster, though. Hi, Max.
I find myself marveling at the complex simplicity of the Fibonacci spiral. I'm sure you know what that's like.
Yeah.
Something vexing you, Captain?
What's your story? Tell me again about the book we picked up that's in French. Or we can just throw him off the book for no good reason. Off the boat, rather. Yeah, what's your story, Max?
Nothing too out of the ordinary. Just your run-of-the-mill vicar with a violently enthusiastic disposition.
Violently enthusiastic, huh?
That's what my parents called it.
Right.
I grew up in a pit of a town, much like Edgewater. I was destined to be a laborer like my parents, but I was infected early with a need to solve the equation. My passion didn't sit well with them.
Mm-hmm. Why were you so passionate?
My parents, ironically. They internalized the precepts of scientism like no one I've ever known. They had a pure faith, a faith that brought joy to them regardless of the situation. I envied that. I wanted that peace. I thought if I became a vicar, I could find it. Or at the very least, find out why I lacked it.
Mm.
They thought I was fighting the plan, should have accepted my lot. Some people pursue the clergy for power, prestige, but that was not me. The simple version is this. The force which we call the Grand Architect created the universal equation that underlies and defines everything in the universe. Everything flows from the equation, or in layman's terms, the grand plan. Is the Grand Architect a consciousness? A natural force? Did it create the equation on purpose?
Mm-hmm.
The answers to these questions don't really matter. The equation, the plan, is all that matters. Contentment is found by accepting one's role in the plan.
Okay. If you can't help but follow the plan... Yeah.
The plan is not one rigid path. There are a variety of multitudes contained within it. Our paths have variance, but we'll end up adhering to it, whether we like it or not. Some choices make the path smoother, some rougher. You can even go outside the lines, but the further outside you go, it's like an unbreakable elastic band. It will only stretch so far before it snaps back. The further it is stretched, the more violent the eventual correction.
So the plan is just the plot of the Final Fantasy VII remake? Okay. Anyway, where can we find someone who speaks French?
I've been thinking on that. There's a former infamous philosopher scholar who fled Terra 2 some years ago. He's an expert on Baconu.
And you know him.
He's also who told me of the journal's presence in Emerald Vale. If anyone in this colony could translate that book, it would be him.
Sounds like a good lead, but where do we find him?
That's a good question. We should start on the Groundbreaker.
Convenient.
It's where I'd go if I wanted to get off Terra 2. Great place to pick up a ride to Hephaestus, Scylla, even Monarch. All I need is access to a data cartridge from the security terminal. Their easily hackable system keeps a registry of all crew manifests for both arrivals and departures.
How will a crew manifest? Yeah. Hey, Max. How come you're so good with these computers here?
Before I transferred to Edgewater, I had a wealth of time to develop certain secular skills during my years serving a particular penitentiary flock.
Mm-hmm.
I meditated, led sermons, provided guidance to the inmates as needed, of course. I also played prison yard tossball and taught myself a bit about computronic security systems.
Convenient.
I'll comb the last 6 months of departure manifest to track the Philosophist's off-world destination.
All right, fine. Let's do that.
Thank you, Captain.
Oh, gee, I wonder how many companions there are going to be, game. Could it possibly be that there are, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus Sam? Couldn't be. Couldn't possibly be. It probably is. But hey, Far be it from me to suggest that this is the only game to give that information away if you look for it early enough. All right, navigation terminal. Oh, crap. So we've got Ada, who is basically, what if Edie and Commander Goog Shepard had a baby, and that baby was a computer? And then over here, we have the navigation terminal, which is literally just the HAL 9000. Got it. Oh, hello, tiny little galaxy map. So we're on Terra 2. We can go to Phineas's lab or the Groundbreaker. We could go to Scylla, though we have no reason to. We could go to Monarch, though we have no reason to. Does look pretty. All right, game wants us to go to Groundbreaker. Let's break some ground. Let's go to the Groundbreaker, I suppose.
Can we talk?
Oh, sure. What's up?
Hey, Captain. I heard that Groundbreaker's got a real good engineer. A lady named Junlei Tennyson?
Mm-hmm. What about her? This place is a dump. I've just seen it from space.
I was thinking that maybe I ought to meet her. If you got time to swing us by, I mean. I don't got much experience fixing actual spaceships. I bet you a can of Borston beans she could teach me all manner of stuff.
Okay. We could go there now. Hey, I thought you said... wait a second. I thought you said you could fix my boat. Were you lying? Did you just want to get off of that planet? Because you can be honest with me about having lied.
I abso-surely can. I'm a passing fair mechanic. Even Mr. Tobson would have said it's my only skill.
Hey now.
But I'm used to working on cannery lines, AG loaders and the like. There's tricks about ships I ain't learned yet. All I'm looking for is a few pointers. I bet a lady who runs a whole station has forgot more than I ever learned.
You want to jump ship there?
Gosh, no, Captain. I aim to stay so long as I'm welcome. I figured Junlei and I could confabulate over wireless or by message. And maybe when we put into Groundbreaker, I could stop by to visit her sometimes. But only when you don't need me with you.
Well, that being the case, sure, we'll head over there.
Thanks, Captain. I'll be sure to make it worth your time. Did you want to talk about something else?
You're the one who flagged me down. But sure, tell me more about your dead dad.
Mostly, yeah. I lived in the maintenance office near all my life. Mr. Tobson never let me forget how funny that was.
How was that funny? That was not funny. And also, this Tobson fella seems like a real schmuck. Gee, it would be nice if some people conspired to run him out of town. Oh, wait, I did that.
He meant funny as in odd. It's not normal for anyone to do as their parents. You take a vocational test. That decides your schooling and your career. When I tested out for maintenance, everyone figured it was on account of my dad. They were real unhappy with us.
Yeah, what? How dare you establish some, generational knowledge and pass things down from one person to another? That makes you more than just a disposable cog in the corporate machine, damn it! Don't you understand that we're trying to benefit the grinding boot of capitalism here?
Because they were hoping their own kid would get the job and get sent back to Edgewater.
Oh, that too.
When folk go away for schooling, they don't get back to where they begun. Not usually. You go straight to your first job, wherever the company's got an opening.
That sounds shitty.
Well, it ain't exactly cruel to have the promise of a paying job. And that's all it is. You go where the company needs you. Where your skills do the most good.
Alright, fine, but look, you're actually good at the thing.
Well, I'm good at making things work the way they ought. Not so much at doing such to somebody else's schedule. There's times I'm working deep in the guts of a loader, getting it all running perfect. Then I look up to see it's tomorrow, and I've blown another deadline. Anyhow, I was happy to get back home. I didn't care much for schooling. Yep, nothing much had changed. Everything was a little grayer, a little dirtier. Dad met me at the shuttle and gave me a big ol' hug. I noticed straight away that he was moving slower and stiffer. He made a little grunt when I squeezed.
Oh no.
About a year. I tried to do more of the work so he could rest. His heart gave him pains. Dad never said that he loved me, I knew on account of him showing it. How he'd stay up late to help with my projects or listen to my fretting. Oh gosh, look at the time. Sorry to bend your ear so long. And I got so much to do before this ship's in decent shape.
So are you, I think it's time you move along. So we just had this nice heart-to-heart conversation, and I could just tell her, all right, we made it to Groundbreaker, get the fuck off my boat. No, break time's over. Let's go to the breaking of ground. God, I forgot how fucking sad it is when you talk to Parvati, because this game is really good at telling the humanistic stories about the horrible excesses of capitalism, even when those horrible excesses of capitalism are happening in space. I'm just gonna hit that drop whenever I need to be less sad at the very good character work in this game. Anyway. Select up to 2 companions. Holy crap. All right, this is already better than Fallout. This is the future Elon Musk wants. Possibly, yes. Also, hey, look, you can have 6 companions. How about that? But, yeah, we can have 2 companions. Hey, look, we have, we have 2 companions. So let's take Miranda and Jacob, or perhaps Garrus and Tally, or the joke is that these are the 2 you start with. But, yeah, we'll take Parvati and Vicar Max. There. That was easy enough.